This is the part of ClauSite that caught my attention. It isn't just trying to build you a website with AI. The bigger idea is that the website can supposedly adapt to the person visiting it. So instead of every visitor seeing the exact same sales page, ClauSite claims the experience can change based on things like visitor behavior, exit intent, and whether they've visited before. Sounds impressive. But here's the problem. Is this actually useful? Or is Live AI just another fancy AI marketing term? Let's test the idea from the perspective of someone who actually wants to use this to sell something. And stay until the pricing section, because there's one thing about the current offer that I think buyers should check carefully. This is ClauSite. At its core, it's an AI website and landing page builder. You describe what you're selling, who you're targeting, and what you want the page to do. Then the system generates the page for you. The sales page claims the initial website can be created in around 60 seconds. And honestly, the website generation part isn't what would make me buy this. There are already plenty of AI tools that can create websites. The interesting question is what happens after the page is live. So let's start there. Let's say I'm an affiliate marketer promoting an AI software product. Instead of manually writing the entire page, I'd give ClauSite a description of the offer and the audience. Then generate the page. And this is where I want you to look at three things. First, how quickly does it create something usable? Second, does the copy actually make sense? And third, would I send traffic to this without heavily editing it? Because AI generating a page isn't impressive by itself. The real test is whether the output is good enough to become a starting point for a real campaign. And now we've got the basic page. But this is where ClauSite gets more interesting. Because we're not done yet. This is the feature I'd pay the most attention to. ClauSite's positioning is essentially, don't just build the page, make the page react to the visitor. According to the sales page, the system can use visitor behavior to personalize the experience. That could include things like how someone interacts with the page, whether they're about to leave, whether they're returning, what they appear to be interested in. Now imagine two visitors. Visitor A arrives for the first time. They don't know what you're selling. Visitor B has already visited yesterday. They've seen the offer. Those two people don't necessarily need the same message. And that's the theory behind Live AI. But here's where I become skeptical. Does the page actually behave differently? That's what I'd want to see before giving this feature too much credit. Let's look at exit intent. The basic idea is familiar. A visitor is about to leave. Traditional websites might show a pop-up. ClauSite's sales page positions its approach differently. The page itself can respond with different messaging. And this is exactly the kind of feature where I wouldn't spend 5 minutes explaining it. I'd show you. Because if it works as described, you'll understand the value in about 10 seconds. And if it doesn't, well, that's also useful information. But there's another scenario that's even more interesting. What happens when the visitor comes back? Think about your own behavior online. You see an offer. You don't buy. Maybe you think about it. Then 3 days later, you come back. A traditional landing page might have absolutely no idea that you've already seen it. ClauSite claims its system can recognize returning visitors and adapt the experience. If that works as intended, this could be much more useful than simply changing a headline. Because now you're potentially moving someone through a buying journey instead of starting from zero every time. But there's an important distinction. Personalization isn't automatically conversion optimization. The page still needs good copy. The offer still needs to be good. And the traffic still needs to be relevant. So I wouldn't look at this as a magic conversion button. I'd look at it as a layer you can test. Now here's another feature I think marketers will immediately understand. ClauSite says it can identify major objections in your niche and structure the page around them. Let's make that practical. Imagine I'm selling an AI tool. A visitor might be thinking, is this actually easy to use? Do I need technical skills? Is there a monthly fee? Why shouldn't I just use ChatGPT? Those questions are more important than adding another fancy animation to the website. Because someone can like your design and still refuse to buy. If ClauSite can help identify and address those objections, that's potentially much more valuable than simply generating pretty pages. And there's a reason I'm saying, potentially. Because the quality of the result depends on the product, the audience, and the information you give the system. But here's something I don't want this review to turn into. A list of AI features. Because that's exactly how you end up buying software you don't actually need. So let's flip the question. Who would actually benefit from this? Affiliate marketers. If you're sending traffic to affiliate offers, your landing page is one of the most important parts of the funnel. So having more control over the visitor experience could be useful. Digital product sellers. Courses, templates, ebooks, coaching, software, these are all situations where objections matter. Freelancers and agencies. The sales page also promotes commercial usage, which could make the platform more interesting if you're building pages for clients. Beginners. And if you don't know how to code, the AI builder itself could save time. But there's one group I wouldn't rush to recommend it to. Someone who already has a website that works. If your current system is producing good results, you don't replace it just because another tool has AI in the name. And here's the biggest weakness I'd keep in mind. ClauSite doesn't create demand. It doesn't automatically create a profitable offer. And it doesn't magically give you traffic. You still need people to arrive on the page. That's why I would evaluate this differently depending on where you are. If you have zero traffic and no offer, this isn't the first problem I'd solve. But if you're already getting visitors and you're thinking, how do I get more value from the people who are already landing here? Now the product becomes much more interesting. And that distinction is important. Outside of the live AI angle, ClauSite also positions itself as a broader website building platform. The sales page lists features including AI copywriting, responsive pages, custom domains, forms and lead capture, analytics, SEO functionality, integrations, SSL, hosting, code access, and HTML, CSS export. I'm intentionally moving quickly here. Because these features aren't the reason I'd make a video about ClauSite. The differentiator is the behavioral personalization concept. Everything else supports the core use case. Now let's talk about pricing. The current sales page displays a $17 one-time offer. It also shows a $3 coupon code, KDP30FF, and advertises a 30-day money-back guarantee. But there's something I want you to notice. The page also references a $197 per month figure. So I would absolutely check the checkout page before purchasing and verify what the current offer actually includes. Don't buy based on a screenshot from a review. Don't buy based on an old video. Check the current checkout yourself. That's especially important with software launches because pricing, packages, and upgrades can change. The page also promotes commercial rights, templates, AI copy resources, platform updates and other launch inclusions. But here's how I'd think about that. Don't ask, how much is the bonus package worth? Ask, will I actually use it? If you're building one simple website, half of those extras might never matter. If you're an affiliate marketer or agency building multiple pages, they could become much more useful. That's a much better way to evaluate software. So where does ClauSite fit? If you just need a conventional website builder, you have plenty of established options. If you want maximum customization, WordPress may make more sense. If you want an AI-first coding workflow, there are other options. And if you only need a basic landing page, you can accomplish that without buying another platform. ClauSite makes the most sense if you specifically want the combination of AI page creation plus conversion-focused personalization. That's the reason I'd consider it. Not simply because it says AI. Let's make the decision simple. Biggest pro. The live AI concept. If it works as described, dynamically adapting the visitor experience is much more interesting than another static AI-generated page. Second pro. The current advertised one-time pricing makes the entry cost relatively low. Third pro. The commercial use angle could make it useful for freelancers and agencies. Now the cons. Biggest con. The most interesting claims are the ones you need to validate with your own traffic. Second. If you don't have traffic, there's a limit to how much value personalization can create. Third. If you already have a website and funnel that performs well, there may be little reason to migrate. So here's where I'm landing. I'm not going to tell you ClauSite will make you more money. We don't have enough information to make that promise. I'm also not going to dismiss it as another AI wrapper. The idea behind live AI is genuinely interesting. But I'd judge this product based on one thing. Can it actually improve the experience of the traffic you're already getting? If you're an affiliate marketer, digital seller, agency, or business owner who already sends visitors to landing pages, I'd say ClauSite is worth investigating. If you're expecting it to solve traffic, offer creation, and sales all by itself, I'd skip it. And if you already have a high-performing system, test it before replacing anything. If you've watched this far and ClauSite fits the problem you're trying to solve, I've put the official link below. Check the current price, check out terms, license, and exactly what's included before you buy. And don't buy it because of an income example. Buy it only if the actual feature set makes sense for your business. If you want more reviews like this, where I actually look at the software instead of just reading the sales page, subscribe. And let's move on to the next one.